Imagine standing on an empty, windy beach, watching two brothers push a weird-looking wooden contraption into the sand. This is Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, December 17, 1903. Today, Orville and Wilbur Wright are about to pull off what everyone else called impossible, powered, controlled flight, and honestly, it's one of the coolest underdog stories in history. Let's rewind a bit. For centuries, people wanted to fly. There were wild sketches, floating balloons, and even some pretty spectacular crashes, but nobody could really control a machine in the air. The Wright brothers? They realized it wasn't just about lift or building a bigger engine. The real secret? Control. How do you keep a plane steady, turn it, and land it safely? That's the puzzle they cracked. Their answer was the Wright Flyer. By today's standards, it looked like a giant dragonfly made by a college project group, but back then, it was revolutionary. The wings were long, 12.3 meters, nearly as wide as a city bus is long. They spent ages in a homemade wind tunnel, tweaking the shape, figuring out what actually works. The engine? Just 12 horsepower, less than some motorbikes today, but it was custom-built, super light, and just enough to get them off the ground. Now, here's the masterstroke wing warping. Instead of using metal ailerons like we have today, they twisted the wingtips using cables, letting them roll and turn mid-air. Add in a movable rudder at the back and an elevator at the front, and suddenly they had three-axis control, pitch, roll, yaw, the same principles that control every modern airplane. Alright, back to that freezing morning. At 10:35 a.m., Orville lies flat on the lower wing, grips the controls, and releases the restraining wire. The flyer rattles forward, engine chugging, propellers slicing the icy air. In just 12 seconds he covers 120 feet, rising about 10 feet above the ground. It's not high, it's not far, but it's everything. For the first time ever, a human being pilots a powered, heavier-than-air machine, and lands it under control. The impact? Massive. The Wright Flyer proved powered flight was possible and safe. In just over a century, we've gone from that fragile biplane to massive passenger jets and even rockets to space. All those long-haul flights, those buzzing drones, those fighter jets, they're all children of the Wright brothers' dream. And yet, it wasn't easy. The brothers faced ridicule, critics laughed. The scientific community ignored them for years, but they kept going, testing, refining, fighting for patents and recognition. Their success wasn't just technical, it was a lesson in perseverance. Today, when I see a plane taking off, I can't help but think of those two men, their fragile flyer, and that tiny moment on a windswept beach. They showed the world that with enough determination, even the sky isn't the limit. So next time you travel, remember, you're living their dream. AKSHAJ.